All right, let's see here. What's up? Good afternoon. Welcome. Thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I got a couple of stories that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I want to make sure that everything's good to the settings. Let me do a quick check here. For the people that rewatch this live stream, I am gonna put some timestamps after it ends. I normally don't like to cover like a bunch of different stories at once, but I got to get back into the rhythm of YouTube, and there's a couple of things I thought that were interesting that we could talk about. Plus, I do have a new story coming.
3 weeks have gone by since Codi Bigsby was first reported missing.
Amazing. I do have a new story coming for you guys. I'm hoping tomorrow. I already uploaded it and YouTube
Well, the Shelbyville mother who's 5.
Bro, I already uploaded it and YouTube did not approve it for like monetization, so I'm trying again. I changed some things around. But a new story that I bet you've never heard of, and I interviewed the mother, and it's pretty messed up. I don't even want to give any like clues yet. It's pretty messed up situation. And I feel like there's way more to that story, but it should be coming out soon. It's about 20 minutes long. Let me see here. See the chat here. What's up? Welcome. And today I'm not streaming to Facebook. I'm gonna do YouTube, and then I'm gonna put clips to Facebook and see how that works out as well. I'm doing a little different tests. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about Codi. We're gonna talk about this situation where this mother. The first story we're gonna get into is this mother, Heather Nicole Adkins, 32 years old. She's from Shelbyville, Indiana, but when she was arrested in Georgetown, Kentucky, and they were waiting to move her to some jail. I thought it was Ohio or something. I don't know. It's across multiple states. We're gonna take a look at that. So there was this 5-year-old boy, I believe his name is Thomas, and he was found wandering the road alone after being abandoned in a Cincinnati suburb Thursday night. The mother was arrested Saturday night, I believe. She was arrested at a gas station on an unrelated charge. They've released the full interview. Like it literally like 30 minutes before the stream, a full interview thing came out. So we're going to check that out as well. And that's what we're going to start with. I have 2 articles that keep starting on its own. So I want to get to this one and then maybe Codi second, just so I can stop the audio from playing automatically. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing good. You guys are safe today. Extra day. The kids are home. My daughter has no school today. I just want to say a quick hi. Hey, Brittany, Sandy, Sinner, Vic, Kim, Terry, Sandy, White Wolf. Hope you're doing good. Bridget, Carmen. Hola, hola. People that I can see. BL. If you're not crazy, we could talk about that, Sandy. Crazy? What do you mean crazy, iCkEdMeL? That's offensive. Video removed by YouTube.
About those.
Let's start with this because I got a couple of things, right? Let me see. What's the best way to get this? I'm trying to figure this all out. So I have a couple of clips to show you. We're going to look at before we watch the full interview of this mother. We're also going to talk about the guy or watch the guy that found 5-year-old Thomas. His name is Ronald Reese. Salute to that guy for finding this child and taking action and not just like leaving the kid alone. And she's given multiple conflicting stories, this mother.
Well, the Shelbyville mother whose 5-year-old son was found wandering alone in Ohio is now in jail. Her extradition hearing is set for tomorrow, and now the boy's grandmother says she's heartbroken by the situation.
It feels like a nightmare. I mean,
so this is the grandmother of the child, Thomas. The boy, he's non-autistic. Non-autistic. That doesn't make any sense. Non-verbal autistic. So meaning, I guess he can't like speak. They have different levels and spectrums and stuff.
I love my daughter. I'm her mother, but I love my grandchildren too.
A mom and grandma trying to make sense of the disturbing accusations against her daughter.
My family, is in a state of shock because it's not the Heather that we know, that would do this.
True, Vic. 100%. Cinnamon Girl, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. And thank you for the other person at the beginning of the stream. Evasive Snail, thank you for becoming a member. That helps out a lot, man. Because every now and then I have to fight with demonetization or like the different types of topics that we cover.
To her child.
Sharon Eads' 32-year-old daughter, Heather Atkins, was arrested at this gas station in Georgetown, Kentucky, Saturday night. Georgetown Police responded to a call for a suspicious person and found her disoriented with no ID.
I believe it was out of Bale County.
And we're going to hear more about that too, because I believe they mentioned something about meth with this mother.
Kentucky for failure to pay fines.
If it wasn't for that old warrant, she could have walked away. Georgetown Police say they weren't aware of child endangerment charges Adkins was wanted on out of Colerain. It's because that warrant wasn't entered into NCIC, a database police departments use to see active warrants in other states. Colerain Police say Adkins abandoned her then 5-year-old autistic son Thursday night.
Slow down, little guy.
Ron Reese was driving by and rescued the child from the cold and rain. His gut told him he may have been abandoned.
I hope that he returns to a safe environment. I would.
Salute to this man right here.
Want him to grow up knowing that people care about him.
Family tells us Thomas turned 6 this weekend.
I hope and pray to God they let me at least video chat my grandson to let him know, that, Grandma's here and I love you and that he's not alone.
The boy's grandma says her daughter suffers from depression and drugs in the past.
Don't we all?
But she thought she was clean since 2017. Police say earlier Saturday, Adkins was treated at the hospital for meth and heroin.
We're standing behind her and we're praying for her. And we want her to get the help she needs.
I wanted to show you another clip because this clip mentions the meth. It also shows like the map kind of like between the different states. And if you guys could hit like, please, yeah, I'd appreciate that. It really helps out the stream, get things going, trying to get back into the rhythm. Thank you, Victoria, for becoming a member. Appreciate that. Let me do this right here.
The Shelbyville mother whose 5-year-old son was found wandering alone in Ohio is now in jail. Police arrested 32-year-old Heather Nicole Adkins in Georgetown, Kentucky last night. Now, Adkins' arrest was at a gas station. Police were called there for a suspicious person and say Adkins gave them a fake name. They eventually arrested her on an outstanding warrant from 2011.
So she's having all these different conflicting stories. First, she said, I think that she didn't abandon him, and then that she left the boy with, I think, family or whatever, but they found him alone.
For failure to pay a fine. Police only found out later that Adkins was wanted in Ohio in connection with her son's abandonment. Now, our sister station in Cincinnati is also reporting that Adkins was
3 weeks have gone by since Codi Bigsby was first reported.
That's going to keep happening until I get to
yesterday for meth and heroin.
I got to find a way to.
Now, this case.
I got to find a way to fix that for the future. I mute it, but it just keeps starting on their own.
Now, this case now spans. Cincinnati is also reporting that Adkins was treated in a Kentucky hospital yesterday for meth and heroin. Now, this case now spans 3 different states. Investigators say on Thursday, Adkins' son, who is autistic and nonverbal, was driven 75 miles from Shelbyville to Colerain Township, Ohio, and abandoned. Thankfully, a driver.
So the Shelbyville is where she's from, the mother. I'm guessing that's where the kids live because she has 3 kids, according to these reports. And 75 something miles, Colerain Township. That's where they're saying Thomas was dropped off and abandoned. This is where the guy finds the 5-year-old. And then Georgetown is where she was arrested. And she was like disoriented. I don't know if they said naked, but then the next day she's in the hospital for meth. By the way, thank you so much for the new memberships. That iCkEdMeL, thank you for that. For the supporter 2 level. Tanya Banks, thank you so much too. Definitely make sure you check out my front page. There's a playlist for members as well, which I'm going to be adding a whole lot of new stuff soon. There's a lot brewing right now. So just definitely bear with me.
Thankfully, a driver spotted him on a dark road and got him to safety. The little boy is safe tonight, is with Child Services. Formal charges are now expected against his mom this week. Her extradition hearing is set for Tuesday.
All right.
Yesterday in Georgetown, is now family son Razor.
Let's skip that. I wanted to show this guy one more time because he did another interview.
Days as he walked along a busy road with no sidewalk. Heather Adkins is accused of abandoning her nonverbal, autistic 5-year-old son in Colerain Township, Ohio, about 75 miles from their home of Shelbyville, Indiana.
Hamilton County Police Dispatch. Hi, my daughter's boyfriend just came over. We live on Ravens Ridge Lane off of Gaines, and he said there was a little kid, like a little kid out there, and she
So this one kind of has the 911 call as well.
rode by himself, waving down cars.
Ronald Reese was headed out to pick up food Thursday night when he found Adkins' son, saying he looked like he was in a daze as he walked along a busy road with no sidewalks.
I immediately stopped and was like, wait a minute, this isn't normal.
The child is now in the custody of Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services. Assistant Chief of Georgetown Police Darin Allgood says Adkins was arrested this weekend at a gas station in Georgetown for an unpaid fine dating back to 2011. The incident prompted emotional responses from parents like Reese and those in the Colerain neighborhood.
I'm angry. If you didn't want to deal with your child or your son, take him to the nearest relative that you feel is fit to take care of him.
Well, it certainly hits home. I have a child that's nonverbal as well, and to think about him being alone is very sad.
Reese hopes this can serve as a wake-up call for Adkins.
I'm just trying to understand why you ultimately chose to do that.
To save him from me.
And we're going to watch the longer version of this in a second here. Painting services by Steve. Thank you so much for the super chat. Keep those videos coming, bro. You're awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate the support. I saw somebody. Oh, you know what I thought about? So you guys remember that woman from Florida? I don't even think that I can show. I'm not even going to try to show that video. Lord knows. Like, I'm on some different type of rules apparently with YouTube. But there was that video where that lady, remember, she tried to like push her autistic son into the pond or the river. And well, she did. And then somebody, like, she pretended like, oh my God. And like she ran away, and then somebody came and like helped the kid, or she wasn't expecting somebody to come help. And so she goes to another spot and does the same thing again. And this time pushes him and he drowns. It was a lady from Florida. I'll never forget that. So let's take a look at this. This is like the Fuller jail interview that was released by Fox 19 Live. I'll put the link in the description as well, if you got whoever wants to go watch it later or whatever. That's what we're gonna watch now. I'm expecting that we're gonna have to pause at one point because of this Codi thing that keeps playing over and over.
Of this little boy. Martin may be his first name. Everybody's been referring to him as Thomas. We'll have more on that later today. But he was left and abandoned,
oh, wait, what is
according to police. To more of his background of this little boy. Martin may be his first name. Everybody's been referring to him as
the name I've seen everywhere is Thomas. He's saying that maybe Martin at this point in time, because he's alive and safe. You know, I'm like, the name, maybe we don't need to harp on it. We can let the name go now because he's, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at least the first name would be nice, but if they don't want to, that's fine too.
Thomas. We'll have more on that later today. But he was left and abandoned, according to police, late as being nonverbal and potentially autistic. And since his mother has been arrested, this is 32-year-old Nicole Adkins. And she has been arrested in Georgetown, Kentucky, where she was picked up over the weekend. And I'm about to play you for a good chunk, 10 minutes of a jailhouse interview from her pertaining to this from our sister station down in Kentucky that was able to go into jail yesterday, and she agreed to it. It's been described by police to us.
Let me refresh this page.
Nonverbal and
it's acting kind of weird.
I'll show you a picture of him right now. So Thomas is his name. Trevor Peters has been digging it up. We have just learned more information pertaining to more of his background of this little boy. Martin may be his first name. Everybody's been referring to and abandoned, according to police, late last week. It was Thursday night when a passing motorist in Colerain Township discovered this little boy. He's been described by police to us as being nonverbal and potentially autistic. And since his mother has been arrested, this is 32-year-old Nicole Adkins. And she has been arrested in Georgetown, Kentucky, where she was picked up over the weekend. And I'm about to play you
All right, 3 weeks have gone by since Codi Bigsby was first reported missing.
From our sister station down in Kentucky that was able to go into jail yesterday, and she agreed to it, to the interview. But let's give you a little bit of backstory on her right now. So in Indiana, has a husband with an individual, or has 3 children allegedly with, according to her, with an individual that's currently incarcerated. She described.
There you go. Somebody just asked. Sarah says, "Where's the dad?" There you go, locked up for all his homes.
That relationship as abusive and was fearful of that individual. And she also stated in an interview yesterday that she believes that he will be out of jail soon, and therefore she was trying to necessarily protect the children and drop them off in different locations. She claims that 2 of those kids are in Tennessee. We were able to kind of verify that with Jessica Schmidt's reporting last weekend. And then it was Thomas that was spotted in Colerain Township on Thursday. And what was happening there is he was on a busy road at night, just waving at cars when a passerby spotted him, and then dialed 911. We've seen Kendall Hyde's reporting of the individual that was able to spot him and then be able to go into trying to find out not only who he was, and because he was nonverbal and no one seemed to know who he was, they couldn't identify him and or the mother and or parents or guardians in this case. That's where she comes into play. She was arrested over the weekend in Kentucky. She has been charged now with a couple of things stemming from basically abandoning her kid. So the Assistant Police Chief Darin Allgood.
Law enforcement, from what I saw, they were making posts like on social media, like, "Hey, can anybody identify this child? Can anybody identify this boy?" Because when she was arrested on an unrelated charge, I don't think they even knew at the time that this whole situation with the boy was going on. But I think that's how, I don't know the exact details, but I know they were posting on social media, "Hey, we found this child wandering." It's on one of the articles. He's 5 years old.
Allgood in Georgetown at the police department says that Atkins, who is 32 years of age, was arrested in Georgetown Saturday for an unpaid fine in 2011. Allgood says the arrest happened after officers responded to reports of an unknown woman banging on car windows at a gas station. She initially gave police a fake name, according to the police in Georgetown. Atkins confirmed that she is the mother of 3 children, including Thomas, who is autistic and nonverbal, according to her. Yesterday, over the weekend, we were able to get an interview inside the jail of her about why did she leave Thomas in Colerain Township, what was the status of her mindset as this was all happening. So let's listen into it now. It's 10 minutes long. We're going to play it as it was recorded and let you listen in.
Always knew that the love that I had for him was pure no matter what.
If the love for him was pure, then again, I have to ask, why did you leave him there? I know you said you'll come back to him, but why would you leave a son in a place where he ended up on his own, alone at night? If your love was pure for him.
What's on the outside isn't necessarily what you're supposed to see, but it's what's supposed to be interpreted, because what's on the inside is on the inside for a reason. It doesn't matter what others think or say about you, because what was meant to be was meant to be, and what is will be.
Well, I'm not trying to interpret anything about.
How does it? I'm gonna bump it up just a little bit for you guys. I mean, it looks like the audio is fine, but just a little bit.
I'm just trying to understand why you ultimately chose to do that.
Yeah, I can bump it up for you guys a little bit. I can barely hear the video, not Mel. Okay, let me bump it up a little bit. There's a lot of like background noise and stuff. As long as it doesn't blow. I mean, I have a setting that it's not going to blow your speakers anyway, but.
To save him from me. And for himself. And everybody else.
Why did you want to save him from you?
Because we are our own worst enemies at the end of the day. We have to let go at some point in time and know that it's okay. And that was it.
You had mentioned before that you were trying to shed yourself of burdens.
Yeah.
So was this really you trying to save him from you?
Yes.
Or was it you trying to spare yourself of him?
Both. So that we could ultimately stop what has been holding us back for so many generations.
Why didn't you decide to leave him in the care of someone you trusted? Even if you did leave him with a certain Patty, as you say, he ended up by himself that very same night.
But I did. Where's my other two? Where's Riley and Matthew?
That's a good question. Where is Riley and Matthew? You had said before that they're in Tennessee.
Right.
Okay. So if they're with this woman, Crystal, in Tennessee, couldn't you have left Thomas with her also?
I did.
I mean, this just isn't making sense, though, because that's a lot different than leaving him in the Cincinnati area. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just reading it now. I mean, he's in custody of Hamilton County Jobs and Family Services, so he's still in Ohio.
So just to give a little bit of context, because I was reading this as well, the whole thing where she's mentioning the other two kids, because she has 3 kids total, right? And she's saying, she was like, well, if I left him by himself, well, where are the other 2 kids? She claimed that she never left Thomas in Colerain, and he was with his brothers at her friend's house in Tennessee. So my kids are fine. All my kids are at my friend Crystal's. Like, multiple different stories. Obviously, Thomas wasn't there with the other 2 kids. And it says here, Crystalline Davis confirmed with Fox 19 News that Adkins dropped off her 2 children at her home in Tennessee on Thursday. Crystalline Davis, which I guess is the friend. Davis says the boys, who are brothers of the 5-year-old, are still in her care. This article is from yesterday. So, I mean, to me, this kind of looks like very intentional, if you ask me. She's like, maybe she's trying to get rid of Thomas, the autistic, nonverbal child. She takes the other 2 kids, leaves that at her friends, and takes Thomas, and Thomas is left on his own, abandoned. And then eventually she says that Thomas was alone.
So you didn't leave him with Crystal. You left him in Ohio, correct?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Yeah, I did. He's
doing, I don't know this guy's name, but he's doing a good job. That's why you got to give people time to speak. I try to work on that. I try not to interrupt. Give a little bit of breathing room. Had he interrupted, she might not even have said that. Had he interjected and said something else.
So you left him in Ohio?
Yeah.
And did you leave him there by himself?
No, I left him there with Brad, didn't I?
That's not what you told me before.
I'm officially insane. This is why I'm not to know. Or to decipher it. Because that baby's going to be okay. It's just going to take a lot of love and a long time to heal.
All right, so saying why is she asking him? I think this is just a news reporter. This is a news reporter from one of the affiliates, I believe, of Fox 19. Yeah, and wants some coffee says she's going to plead for insanity. I was thinking to you, she might be trying to help her own case by doing this thing.
I just want to ask one more time, because I'm curious. You said before that you were trying to save him from you. So again, if you were looking out for what was best for him, why didn't you bring him somewhere where you knew that he would be safe and be cared for?
I did. You are not hearing me. He's with Crystal. He's fine.
He's not though. I mean, we just discussed this.
And that's the friend we just referred to, where Crystal literally tells them the news that no, she only left her 2 kids, not the 3 kids.
He's with Hamilton County Family Jobs and Services. He's in the custody of them right now. And when you spoke to me before, you had mentioned these other names of people.
Because Kevin's the one that's about to get out of jail in a minute, all out of pureness.
Okay, I understand that, but I don't see how that correlates to the safety of Thomas. You've given me contradictory answers to the names of people you left him with in Colerain. So did you leave him with someone, or did you not?
No, I didn't leave him with anyone.
And I know I've asked this before, but before you didn't say that. You had said you left him with people. So why did you leave him on his own, knowing that he was a nonverbal autistic child that was, when he was found on a dark, dangerous, windy road,
because I have to go back to Ohio as well and face my judgment.
I understand that, but that doesn't explain why you left him there.
Because that's where they felt the most safest. That was imprinted there.
That's where who felt the most safe?
Huh?
You said that's where they felt the safest?
Yes.
Who's that?
That's where Bree, Mikey, Heather, and Kim felt the safest.
What are your two other children's names, if you don't mind me asking? You said that your 5-year-old, the one who was involved in this case, his name is Thomas.
Yes.
Who are the other two again?
Riley and Matthew.
Riley and Matthew. Okay. And all three of them didn't have any connection to Colerain.
No.
Did you have the other two children with you at the time when you were in Colerain?
No.
You would think this guy's like a detective or something.
So they were with this Crystal?
Yes.
Okay. So why did you have Thomas with you? Did you leave Shelbyville to go to Colerain?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, why was Thomas with you when you drove to Colerain?
No, Thomas went with me back from Tennessee.
Well, you just said he was with you when you went from.
But I left him there at Crystal's.
I think his mic is muted. And that's not even the full thing. Maybe they'll release it. I don't know when. But we got a couple things more too that I want to show you guys, different stories. And please hit the like button. It helps out with the channel a lot, with the live stream. Case, thank you so much for the members chat. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Says wishing you and baby girl love and peace in the new home. Thank you so much. Sana says, and thank you for the super chat. Sometimes you see a mugshot and you know it's bad news. And all right.
Where he abandoned Thomas. So that is the interview from Heather Adkins in jail yesterday, and the situation where he abandoned Thomas, who we think now maybe his first name might be Martin. We're continuing to work and piece that together right now today. Trevor Peters is working on that part of the story. What's going to happen now is she's awaiting extradition back to here, Hamilton County, to face charges that will be stemming out of the fact that she left him alone. Police are telling us that he is nonverbal, potentially autistic from that standpoint. Yesterday, though, I can tell you that Fox 19 was able to confirm, Jessica Schmidt was able to confirm that a woman in Tennessee named Crystal Lynn did confirm that the kids were in her custody and that they were dropped off on Thursday from that standpoint, which is interesting because 5-year-old Thomas was found in Colerain Township. And that was Thursday, about 75 miles from where they're all originally from, allegedly, and that's Shelbyville, Indiana, from that standpoint. So we're waiting to get the latest on the court charges that she will be facing back here. We're working on it. We're also working to dig more into her current situation with her kids. There were 2 other kids that are currently in Tennessee right now, and what happens from here. It's interesting, though, I was just mentioning that when you're interviewing these types of individuals, the first question for me that comes to mind is why? What was your state of mind when you're doing, when you dropped a child off like that? And she was very inconsistent with her answers during that interview yesterday. That was probably about a 10-minute segment of a 20-minute interview from jail over the weekend. And right after the videotape ended there, that is when it was a situation she just hung up the phone and left. And so
why can't we see the whole thing? We're only 10 minutes.
That's the latest that we have from there. All right, we're going to stay on top of the story. It's fox19.com as we go to the digital, and you can go to our web. Our homepage will be on our webpage. We'll have constant updates. I'm open. The good news is that Thomas is safe.
Okay, so we're going to keep following that story. Definitely, if you joined late at the end of this stream, I'm going to be timestamping because we got to talk about Codi. We got to talk about this 5 people situation in Colorado, 5 people dead. And I want to touch on Justin Siwek I really want to recommend that people go and check out that story, because I think I'm going to have more with that coming out. And his mother passed away, and his brother, before Justin passed away, his brother was found in a river deceased, dead. Just a lot of weird, shady stuff going on with that. There's a lot of stuff I haven't even put out with that story. So definitely, I put the playlist link in the description. You should check that out. But I want to jump into right now. Let's do Codi, so I can pull up this link and we don't have to worry about this thing playing in the background anymore. A couple of things with Codi. First of all, there's not really significant updates, unfortunately. People are still searching. And so I want to share a couple of things. One, thank you, Legacy, for sharing the stream on Twitter. And thank you for keeping us posted. And I hope you feel better. She was sick. And so one of the things that she shared here, so she went back into Cory's Facebook and found a couple of things. So with Cory, if you guys, most people here are aware of this story, but if you're not, you can check out my playlist. Cory's the child from Hampton, Virginia, 4-year-old that reportedly went missing by his father January 31st. Last saw him 2 a.m. at night, allegedly, and then he wakes up at 9 a.m. and he says that Codi was gone. And so he called police. But now police are searching 3 months back, just like the quick gist of it. And so the father's arrested, but now they're saying that his rights were violated because he asked for an attorney, I don't know how many hours through the interrogation, and they didn't give him an attorney. So a couple of posts that Legacy found, and this is from 2011, where you think it's interesting or not. Life is short, he wrote, and time is ever changing. How can your son build, fix, love, and teach anything or anyone if he was never been taught? Trying to read that. I think he meant if he has never been taught. Remember your father for the lessons he has taught you in life, not the gifts he showers you with. And woman, let a father, not a baby daddy, be a father. You spare the rod, you spoil a child, which is kind of interesting a little bit and a little bit ironic. Let me see if I can flip myself so you guys can see. Just given the context of, the history or what's going on now. This child is missing. He's arrested. They suspect him. The other thing too, it kind of makes me think about what happened in this guy's childhood, maybe, right? I don't know. Military picture. Another post. This from 2014. It says, rest in peace to my little cousin, another victim of this crazy world. He was only 16 years old. Love always. I'm tired of all this thorough stuff. Thorough dudes don't carry guns. They defend their families, themselves, and what they believe in with their voices and hands. Guns are meant for those who use them wrongly and for hunting, not for cowards. Okay? Who kill out of fear or who want to make a name for themselves. When you take a life, another life is taken, whether it be by the hands of another man, prison, or those who suffer from the loss. Stop being dumb. I whooped his ass for a living. That's how I get respect. I don't know. Weird stuff. This is all from Dad. Another post here that she found was, tears can't express how I feel right now. It's time to stop all this foolishness. Black people wake up. We're killing off our future. We already have no identity because we don't stick together, believe in each other, trust each other, motivate each other, or love one another. It take a generation to raise a generation. Let's keep our children out of harm's way to put down the guns and do something great. Stop letting America isolate us with movies, videos, TV, and stereotypes. Another thing too that was interesting. A couple things here. Let's see. Oh. And so this was recent. I saw this earlier, and this was posted in the Facebook group. And I guess you can attribute this to drama, more drama. As this person wrote, dog, it's 5 different lawyers in my inbox trying to get me to sue the Rhoda lady. Rhoda's the independent person on Facebook, news reporter that's been covering the story. And it says, bruh, I meant to hit you up because mother effers keep saying that they need to arrest the maintenance man in that fine Codi group. I guess, and this is nothing surprising, you know, the internet, people in person taking things into their own hands. I guess they're thinking the maintenance man might be involved or something. I don't know that whole situation. And it says here, they don't even realize I ain't worked on that property since August. So I guess people are hunting down the maintenance man now. Another screenshot that I thought was interesting. And this was shared by Legacy. And so this is with regards to the lie detector test. And it says nobody know if he passed or failed, but the father told his family he did pass it. But I guess we will see whenever he makes a statement or goes to trial, if ever. And it says agreed. And then the sister replies, Cory's sister, he did pass. When he passed, a detective kept interrogating him. That's why he asked for a lawyer. I didn't get to see the final result. Oh, that's something else. I didn't get to see the final result of your hair. I left before you. I don't know. So the sister's claiming, the aunt, Cody's aunt, is claiming that supposedly he passed this lie detector test. I don't know. Another thing that I want to show you, I want to show you this article, and also, I don't know what you guys, I'm kind of curious about what you guys feel about this situation. Let me play, this is the most recent article. There's a little video clip here. People are searching. Oh, there's this great group as well searching. I took a note of this the other day called Water or something. Water Team Inc. Oh, that's what I wanted to play too. We can get a couple clips from that. Okay, so let me play this.
All right, 3 weeks have gone by since Codi Bigsby was first reported missing. And as we enter week 4, community-led search teams are pressing forward to find him, but many are starting to get frustrated. Casey Baylor explains why.
It's a race to find Codi Bigsby.
And we're running out of time with the environment. The environment's getting ready to change in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we're going to lose the environment.
As each day goes by, Joe Slab.
Crystal says, pass the lie detector test based on what questions? We're not dumb. Lie detectors are not admissible for a reason. True. Yeah, I don't know.
Linsky, founder of Water Team Inc., says things get more challenging, and having little information on where to look for Codi is causing some frustration.
The chief needs to understand that everybody out here is focused on one thing, and that is to find Codi. But he has to give us a little bit of information to help us with trying to pinpoint where we need to be.
Monday morning, community tips led the team to search a small wooded area behind Emmanuel Episcopal Church in Hampton. A team of 4 went through the area a few times, but found nothing that would lead them to Codi. This location brings their search efforts closer to Codi's home at the Buckrow Point apartment townhomes after the team focused much of its efforts last week outside of Hampton.
I don't want to completely leave the apartments, but I don't want to give up on looking outside the box and going beyond. It looks like we're bouncing around, but I look at the next viable area.
He says the team has covered much of Hampton, but Slabinski has many other places in mind to search. He says he's focused on searching new areas, but will only retrace their steps if they think they missed something.
As to Codi, what we look at is, do we feel comfortable in how we search that ground? Do we feel like we thoroughly looked it over?
If not, the team will pass through the area again. Right now, Slabinski is considering searching the area of Boo Williams Sports Complex again because of its large size. In Hampton, Casey Baylor, 13 News Now.
Water Team Inc. says the weather could impact where they plan to search this week. The team has its eyes next on properties near the Newport News City line. They're awaiting permission to search that area.
So Water Team Inc., this is like the official Facebook page. I'll put the link for them as well in the description. So they give little updates as well. Like they're out there. It's like little short snippets that are, you know, easy to consume. So if you're somebody that's like following every piece, a bit of this story, you can easily go and check out these people out there searching as well.
Manual emancipation. Morning, y'all. So start of week 4. We are out here at Emmanuel Emancipation. A little bit smaller team today, but wanted to do this woods. The church was gracious enough to allow us to do the backside of their property. The only thing back here so far we've encountered is possibly the remnants of an old homeless encampment. And the farmer next door at Woods kind of told us a little bit more background on the bird call last Thursday. So we investigated that really, really well. Nothing to be found on that. I got a skull. So thank you all for checking in.
Who did you say he got a skull?
We'll keep you informed as the day goes on. Thank you all so much.
I listened to one of the updates, and he said that they found a lot of animal remains out there. See what he says here.
Week 3 for Water Team Inc.
Week
3
had
had some high points with Dawn Kemper, a new person with the team, locating Jim, and us getting Jim back to his family. Low points were learning that the timeline might go all the way back to early November, and then learning about the 14-year-old boy that's been missing since January 19th, Joshua. Y'all, we got to start demanding more of these so-called leaders that put themselves, or we put them in those positions. Nobody should be out here this long. Amber Alert should be put out for all children. Silver Alert should be put out for every senior citizen that has mental incapacity. Missing persons form should be filled out, and it shouldn't take 24 to 48 hours when you know your family member. So I'm hoping all of us together, we can take this on and really make some change that will help everybody in the long run. But tomorrow we'll start the beginning of week 4. We'll be out searching. If you're interested, let us know. If not, again, thank you all for those that donate. We do really appreciate it. It's what helps keep us going. But we'll let you know what happened.
All right. So that's the Water Inc. You can check them out. I'll put the link in the description. The other thing I want to show you. Okay. Before we get to that, there's the BLM 757 page that they've been doing searches. Now, they had this event because I saw I guess he was dressed like in Spider-Man. I think some people were confused as to what's going on. So what I can say is, like, it was an event. It was like a kid's event. Because I just saw the snippet. So if you see the snippet, I tuned in one point at a live stream. I saw a snippet. I was like, what is going on here? But it was a kid event that they had. So I think that's kind of cool. There's things that they've done that I don't agree with, for sure. I like that they're getting involved for like searches and community things. I think that's great. The outburst that I saw like in the community thing, I didn't agree with it, but at the same time, I'm not in that community. And at the same time, we've talked about there's been other dead kids in that community, right? Noah Tomlin. This was like the flyer that they had. So if anybody saw a snippet and you were wondering what's going on, it was an actual like event, Camp Codi Community Day. I also like the Codi Alert thing. I think that's a great idea. Let me show you this though. One of the things I don't co-sign. I think I have the video right here. There's been multiple instances like this, and I think that there's something personal going on here. Obviously, check it out. Do this full screen. Lena, I'll mention it after this. Lena, I'll talk a little bit about that. She's still missing. They've been searching. The reward money's gone up. But besides that, there's like nothing significant, really, sadly. I've also been thinking about covering Michael Vaughn. Page just messed up on me.
At the stop, impacted by what?
Yeah, her birthday was yesterday. Yep.
So we are scheduling a community day tomorrow for the children impacted by what's been going on here in the community. And for whatever reason, Andy Fox feels the need to keep saying that BLM 757 is losers. He keeps jumping in and out of his car, saying random stuff. He may actually be drunk right now. He does have a history of DUIs.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there's a history that, you know, we're seeing this. I'm like, wow, this is kind of crazy, like, to go after reporters. But then he's talking about all this supposed stuff that this guy's done. And he also mentions more. Michael Vaughn, I've been wanting to cover it. I covered it a long time ago. But I actually spoke, I remember, I almost forgot about it, but I spoke to the mother one time on Twitter Spaces, and she was really nice, man. And I was like, yo, I really should at least try to do an update, you know, a pre-recorded, like the nice videos that I do.
So we'll ask him.
Oh, did she?
So why do you keep hopping out of your car calling me a loser? Why do you keep talking do you not think that Black Lives Matter? Are you a racist? So Andy Fox, he always asks people tough questions, but now he can't answer if he is or isn't a racist. Andy Fox, are you a racist? So we need everybody to try to call Wavy 10 and find out about Andy Fox and his racist past, as well about his DUI and why he's still allowed to drive around. He sounded like he was drunk just now interacting with a child. So you definitely don't want somebody drunk interacting with children doing stuff like this.
Yeah, if you guys could help out with the likes, please, I'd appreciate that. And yeah, I feel like this does kind of take away from what they're trying to do. Like I said, there's things I see that I like, and there's things I'm like, you know, can't.
He was on a show called Road Rage, and he used to do stuff similar to what I'm doing right now, where they would run up on cars all crazy at the light, at the stop sign and all that. And he got taken off of that because he has DUIs.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know anything about that. Maybe that's what I'm saying. It's like a community thing. It seems like they know each other. They even have his phone number. They have each other's numbers, I think.
So, for whatever reason, he chose to come out today and tell us not to be in his shot when we had no intentions on being in his shot, and then proceed to call BLM losers. That came straight from Andy Fox.
I didn't see it, Amber, and I think if he has it, he should have posted it. Why not, right? If you're gonna do this,
you're Andy Fox. So they blocked you for being in disapproval. Yeah, Andy Fox has definitely been out here on the wrong side of history. Like I said, he was out here calling BLM losers. We have it on camera earlier. Anyway, so again, we're having a community event for the children tomorrow. We'll let everybody know what the location is. We'll keep y'all posted. Yeah, he used to run up on all types of people. But I guess now it's the issue if he gets ran up on. When in actuality, nobody even came out here for him. He made it about himself. So we came out here to do what we normally do, either pay respects or search. And in tune, this is who is calling us a loser. This guy right here. Andy! Why don't you call us a loser while we're filming? So concerned. So for those of y'all that aren't aware, we'll start letting some of the cat out of the bag. So what y'all have been seeing is the news media and law enforcement painting a particular picture about what happened out here. They want y'all to specifically feel like everything is to bury a black father. All they keep doing is sending out white reporters. All they keep doing is letting y'all hear from the police as to what's happening. And the live shot he was trying to get, all he was doing, even furthermore, was tearing down a black father. They refused to maybe consider any other option may have happened. So they're using the media as their mouthpiece to tell y'all what's happening or what's not happening, because that's just how they control the narrative. It goes on all the time. It goes on quite often. And the media controls it. Hey, just got called a loser by Andy Fox. He said we don't belong in his shot. We, the volunteers, have been out here all this entire time. So he just said that I'm a loser and we shouldn't be in his back shot. And so, you know what I'm saying, we're not recording obviously over here.
All right, I'm going to fast forward a little bit because there's some sort of interaction too where they start. I think he gets out of the vehicle. Let's see. Oh shit, he had somebody walk up on him.
I'm not.
There he is, he gets out of the vehicle now.
You say one word, it's over, Jabari. You're ruining it for other people. I want to say something. God bless her.
Uh-oh.
God bless her for coming out.
Oh.
Recording this.
Oh no.
This is fantastic. There's a whole community rallying around Cody. Come on.
Oh no, that doesn't work for the shot. Oh no. I should have played what the lady had to say, but oh, I don't know what happened.
That's your car running? Okay. Hold it. Stop right here. Carolyn Pugh, tell me what Cody means to you.
He means
Wait a minute.
because I have grandchildren. But
Yeah, it almost seems a little bit of like pettiness though. So at first, I mean, we probably should have listened to what she said. At first though, it's like, okay, he's pointing out whatever she comes up, but now it's like this reporter, he's just trying to get back at this guy too. And he's kind of like, I'm just going to take out my little cell phone. Why not take out the cameras? Take out the big cameras. What is this? What is going on in that community?
grandchildren are grown. And this young man, I believe that he's been missing longer than they say he has. You know, because we've been everywhere, looking in dumpsters and everything, and no sign whatsoever.
Right.
And I don't understand where the mother is, because, you know, a 4-year-old child, if he was my child, I would be here.
For the folks at home, tell them what your name is.
My name is Carolyn Pugh.
Ms. Pugh, thank you so much. We appreciate all you're doing for Cody.
Thank you. You have a blessed day,
God bless you, ma'am.
Bruh, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Tweet it right now.
I want to know if he tweeted it.
I'm gonna text you the information about tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Pugh. Sorry about that. I put you on, but he's gonna scream.
Oh, that's what he said. That's why. That's true, Dilla. No, I'm not saying anything about camera recording. I'm just saying if you're really going to put her on. But he said the reason he didn't do it is because they're going to mess up the shot.
So she was every single day wave us. Sunday having a community event day.
I don't know. So that's kind of the drama with that, I guess. I guess there's, like I said, I feel like there's a lot of personal stuff going on there. I don't entirely know everything that's going on there. I'm not too interested either, but all the personal stuff or whatever, I mean, clearly there's things going on. But just so you get an idea of kind of like where the mess. So he's still missing. People are asking about the mother as well. Yeah, I think the reporter, he kind of knew what he was doing too. He's like, all right, now I got this lady. It kind of turned on, I think, 757. And so he used it to his advantage, but it just seemed like pettiness all the way around, both ways. And did I miss something here? Oh no, I think I got everything. So, okay, let's talk about this other situation. There's multiple stories here, so I'm going to put a timestamp at the end of this live stream. A lot of people are saying they're late. There's going to be timestamps. There's multiple stories. But yeah, Cody's still missing. I'll keep following for updates. Let me see if there's anything else. Legacy reached out to the attorney as well. Let's see if they get a response, or she gets a response. So this other story, let's move on to the next thing. And I have a video clip as well from one of the police speaking about this. But there was 5 people found dead and a baby found alive at suspected drug party in Colorado. Okay, and some people have commented about this area. If there's anybody in the chat that knows about it, tell me a little bit about it. They say it's a sketchy area. I don't know. 5 people were discovered dead inside a Colorado apartment where a 4-month-old baby was found alive after what police are investigating as a possible drug-fueled party that turned fatal. The bodies of 3 women and 2 men were discovered inside a unit in the North Range Crossings apartment on East 104 Avenue, Commerce City, Police Chief Clint Nichols said. So we're going to listen to that in a second. A substance that could be described as illicit narcotics was found in the home, adding that further testing was planned. Usually they have, like, I've seen cops with an instant kit. They just bloop, but maybe that's not as, those instant kits aren't as accurate. Maybe they just tell you it's a substance and then you got to actually go do another test to find out what substance. If it's going to be illicit drugs, they were very, very bad. He said, according to the news outlet, if it was drugs, no one was able to get a phone and call 911 for a medical emergency. Imagine just walking into this place or responding to a call and there's just 5 people dead. 5 dead. You're just walking into a home or an apartment or whatever. There's a baby, 5 people dead. Who sold the drugs? Where did they get the drugs from? It happened pretty quickly. Speculation on my part, added the chief, who noted that it did not appear the victims died violently. This is the apartment complex, what it looks like. 5 people, man. Now, a neighbor, Ian Scott, 31 years old, told newspaper that he stepped outside when he heard screaming Sunday afternoon and saw a distraught woman holding a baby while talking on the phone. She appeared to be high as a kite, he said, and that she told him she administered a drug used to reverse overdoses to a man in the apartment, probably Narcan, naloxone. Scott said he heard what sounded like a party with music and loud noise Saturday. The other, a little bit more to what the neighbor had to say. I found this on a different article. And so he described the woman high as a kite. She took a reversing drug. Scott peeked inside the apartment and saw 3 bodies. Okay. There had been music and thumping in the apartment on Saturday night until around midnight, he said, and it sounded like a party. It was a party, he said. I saw what I saw. Scott said he watched officers arrive. One took the baby from the woman. Both the infant and the woman are expected to be okay, Nichols said, describing the infant as fine and the woman as lucid. Investigators were not sure Sunday night if the baby's parents were in the apartment. Nichols said it was unclear if the 5 people were found dead if the 5 people found dead all lived in the apartment or how they knew each other. So let me just play this clip. Colorado. Craziness. This from Fox 31.
Responded to a medical call in which there were an unconscious party.
I'm thinking possibly fentanyl. Yeah, a lot of people are saying fentanyl. People are speculating fentanyl for sure. A lot. That's one of the things that are getting mixed with a lot of substances because I guess you just need so little. You can buy a vial and I don't know how many hundreds of maybe thousands of doses you can get from a small vial to mimic whatever it's supposed to be.
Upon an officer arriving, they made entry into an apartment, and inside the apartment they discovered 6 adults and 1 infant child. It was immediately.
So 6 adults, one survivor. I don't know, was that person getting high or not?
Immediately, apparently, that while they thought that most of them were unconscious, one of the parties was awake and was transported by medical, and shortly thereafter they determined that there was also the infant inside the apartment that was also still alive, and the infant was transported as well. Unfortunately, the other 5 people inside the apartment were deceased. There were there were 3 females and 2 males that were deceased inside the apartment. What I can tell you, and again this is in the infancy of the investigation, there does not appear to be any blunt trauma or any violent incident of any nature. Unfortunately, I don't want to speculate on the cause of the potential death. What we do know is the fire department came out and did a test for hazardous gas, and that test proved to be negative.
Hazardous test.
Swept. We've got some folks coming out that are going to do that, and then our officers are going to apply for a search warrant and go in there and start to conduct their investigation. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of details due to the nature of the apartment is under. We don't want to send our folks.
And there's an article now that I'm looking. It says that evidence suggests fentanyl caused 5 deaths in Commerce City apartment, DA says. And they still haven't said whether the parents were there or not.
In there, if there's a hazardous condition inside, and so
They're saying they believe it's okay.
we're going to wait for that to be remediated before we start to conduct an investigation. And so on that note, I don't have anything further to add. I can take some comments, but again, you know what I know.
I mean, did you say if there were any sign of drugs?
I'm sorry?
Any sign of drugs in the apartment?
There was some substance inside. We don't know exactly what anything is as of yet.
How do these people know each other?
Unknown.
How were they dressed?
Unknown.
So, Chief, some of the neighbors are saying that there's, there are needles around the apartment complex. Some are speculating fentanyl. Can you talk at all about that?
So they said neighbors found needles around the apartment. Is that what they said? Around the apartment.
Some are speculating fentanyl. Can you talk at all? There are needles around the apartment complex.
Oh, around the apartment complex, there's needles. Damn. So that's like a thing out there. I guess everybody over there, not everybody, but a lot of people getting high so much so just needles around.
Some are speculating fentanyl. Can you talk at all about that? This substance that you found?
Again, I don't want to speculate because I don't know exactly what the substance is until the chemistry labs has had an opportunity to take a look at that. Again, there were some substances that could be described as illicit narcotics, but again, for me to speculate on that would be improper. I just don't know.
Do we know who made the medical call?
I do not. There was a person that reported it to us. That's how we get involved.
Do all 6 people live here, specifically in that unit?
We do know that some of them live in the unit. We do not know who all the people in the apartment are.
And what about those 2 that survived? How are they? The infant and the adult?
My understanding is the infant is doing fine, just a routine medical checkup to be sure that it was
Commerce City, this is in Colorado.
Safe. I don't know if it was a boy or a girl. And the adult appears to be lucid at this point and talking to police right now.
Were the infant's parents among the victims?
We're not sure.
Have family of the infant been contacted, notified?
We're trying to sort all of that out now. We haven't even been inside the apartment outside of a cursory sweep. So after that, they realized 5 people down. They immediately backed out and are waiting for the apartment to be cleared.
Do you have any estimate on ages of these individuals?
No.
I
Do
know
not.
the emergency response unit. What's the responsibility of that unit?
I don't know who you're talking about.
This big truck that pulled in?
The hazmat truck?
That's the hazmat truck?
Yes. Yeah. Again, we don't know what the substance is inside the apartment. So before we commit resources inside people, we want to make sure that they're not going to be harmed.
Officer, how about Latinos involved in this?
I'm sorry?
How about Latinos?
I'm not certain. I don't know.
What do you say? It was Latinos?
7 inside, 5 deaths
And an infant.
transported.
Yes. Any other questions?
When you say infant, how old do you think?
I believe they estimated the age at approximately 4 months. Mm-hmm. Any other?
District Attorney Brian Mason said Sunday night the evidence suggests that the deaths were fentanyl overdoses. I shouldn't have said overdose, well, whatever. And the victims likely thought they were inhaling something else, possibly coke. Damn, bro.
Just one more question on the substance. Was it like a powder or a liquid? Or...
Unknown.
Chief, how tragic is this situation? I mean, it goes without saying, but talk about that.
There are some people dead inside of an apartment, and an infant lived. I hope the parents were not in there, but been doing this long enough, I would probably be safe to suggest that the parents probably were inside. And so for the infant...
Oh, is it? Dave said Commerce City is a majority Mexican city. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a long time without parents. I wish I could give you some definites as to what it was that caused all of this. Again, I've been doing this for quite some time. I think if it is going to be illicit drugs, they were very, very bad. Because the impact, if it was drugs, No one was able to get to a phone and call 911 for a medical emergency. So it happened pretty quickly. Speculation on my part.
Damn.
Anything
crazy.
else? All right, very cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so let me show you this article too. You can see what it looks like on the map. Oh, actually, I downloaded it. Picture. Show you guys that. This is Commerce City. This is where the incident happened. Apartment complex. So one more final, just snippet of a story that I wanted to touch on. And like I said, I normally cover maybe 1 to 2 topics, but you know, today we're doing a little bit different, just covering a wide variety of things and letting you guys know what's happening. So Justin Siwek, I just want to play the video. I'm going to play one video. I'm not going to play this whole thing. There is a playlist that I have here on YouTube. I put it in the description. You should check it out when you have time. I'm going to play the first video so you get a little bit of context of what's going on. If you've missed this, if you've been here around here, you probably have seen this then. You need to watch this video to the very end to see allegedly who was the last person, because they posted her picture on Facebook, to see Justin. Watch to the end.
His dad traced him here to this Days Inn, and when he got here, he found his car abandoned in the parking lot. The window had been pried open and everything was taken out of it. For the Siwek family, Father's Day was supposed to be memorable, fishing on the lake and time together.
So this is Kansas City, Kansas, okay? And this story, I really believe there's going to be more that comes with this. I do. And there's like two people that I've been talking to that I might be making an update video. So yeah, if you want to know what's going on or be up to date when I start releasing new stuff, definitely kind of follow this. And his mother just died and his brother was killed previously before he passed. Weird stuff.
But Scott Siwek now knows it as the day his son disappeared.
I got to look at this kid in the eyes and say, some girl lured your dad out on the day before Father's Day and he may never come home. You know, you don't think this could happen to you, but here we are.
Welcome back, and we're going to be talking about Justin, the 32-year-old man that went missing from Kansas City, Kansas. Now, he has a son, and he was last seen, Justin, the father, was last seen June 19th, 2021. And so, allegedly, he met this woman off of Facebook, didn't know her too well. They were going to go out, and they went. And Justin's father, Scott, the next day, he wakes up and he had Justin's son. He wakes up, he doesn't see Justin. Okay, his car's not there, nothing.
Scott says his son, 32-year-old Justin Siwek, went out June 19th with a young woman he didn't know well.
The next day, I woke up and he was gone. His car was gone.
And they had plans to go fishing on June 20th. And so they go fishing. Grandpa and Justin's son, grandpa and grandson go fishing. He gets a call that day from Justin, a distressed call, stating that he needs help at this inn. The car is there, broken window, everything stolen. Let's watch this portion together of this news segment. It's really weird and interesting because Justin's phone, Justin Siwek, his phone is found on the Facebook marketplace. Okay, to me, this all seems and breathes like a setup that happened. You know, I don't know what the situation was, but either it was a woman, you know, he met on Facebook, or sometimes you meet somebody for services. And I've heard of stories of men being in the room and setting somebody up. Who knows what it could be? But check this out. And please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm, especially for the unpopular stories. Let's get some of this stuff out there. If you really support the channel, I'd appreciate that.
He took Justin's 7-year-old son, Jace, to the lake and got a call from Justin the next day.
I'm going to be honest with you. It sounded like he was kind of in a distress call. By the sound of his voice, I could tell something wasn't right.
He said he was at the Days Inn in KCK and needed help getting home, but Dad was too far away at Hillsdale Lake.
If you want to talk about seeing your heart break, as soon as I seen this, I knew foul play. This is not normal.
Justin's car was left in the parking lot.
It looks like the driver's side bashed in the window.
the window broken, and all of his belongings stolen. Even worse, his phone showed up on Facebook Marketplace days later, being sold by the woman he was with that night.
Instantly, I forwarded that to the detective, and they set up a sting to get the phone, but at the last minute, that sting was canceled.
He was devastated.
Sting was canceled. Imagine that, how frustrating and crazy that must be. That's why I guess a lot of people get private investigators involved. But why? Why would they cancel the sting that could lead to information to where Justin is? Right? Why?
Stated and was hoping the phone may lead them to his son.
I was furious, and if you ever talk to the detective or any of them, he'll tell you I was just beyond furious, as any father would be. I mean, we were this close to the last person that seen my son alive, and for her safety, we canceled it.
For her safety? I don't understand it. What for her safety? Is she involved in something with other people? Is she being pimped out? For her safety. What about Justin's safety? And they know who the woman is, but I guess, there's got to be more to the story. There's got to be more details. Maybe there's a reason why. Got to be some sort of reason why. I'd lose my mind. I'm going there myself. I'll purchase the phone. Call a couple of friends up. Let's get a private investigator. We'll purchase it. You guys can sit to the side. Okay, no worry, police. We'll purchase it and we'll find out ourselves.
Siwek says they're at a point where they don't know what to do or where to go from here. He says police have not interviewed the woman he was with, and they feel even though there's evidence of foul play, nothing is getting done.
We get a lot of questions, where's my daddy? And I don't have the answer. I'm leaving it up to the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department to do their job, hoping that they do, and that's all we can do.
So there's a few more things that we got to get into. One, the police statement that was released, and two, Justin Siwek's mother left a comment on Facebook. Yeah, I did have, I had Justin's aunt on. I just spoke to her yesterday. We speak sometime, through Messenger. And she actually did come on. I did a video with her interview. I want to get her back on, actually. I'm just trying to give her a little bit of space. Her sister, which is Justin's mother, just passed recently. And Justin's brother, Codi, passed. I forgot when he passed away. Chives put me onto that, and he was found in a river or something like that. I believe he was found in a river. I've heard new stuff come out. I don't want to say too much yet. There's two different people that I was talking to, the aunt and then this other person that says he knows a lot of information. And so I was trying to see if I can get him on the phone recorded. I'm asking him for his permission. So there's just a lot of weirdness. This is a messed up story.
This year, take advantage of American Furniture Warehouse's everyday low prices
regarding this situation. So it says here, while we cannot speak on specific details in the case of Justin Siwek's disappearance without compromising the integrity of the investigation, we do want to say that we understand the emotion and frustration that his family and the families of other missing persons experience. Detectives with KCKPD are both skilled and dedicated. However, it takes more than skill and dedication to solve these difficult cases. It takes cooperation from people who have important information. It is our belief that there are people within the community or within our community who have information regarding Justin's disappearance. And unless or until they share that information, we all will continue to wait. We're just waiting. We're just sitting and waiting. I guess there's nothing else to be done. Justin Siwek's mother posted this August 1st, and it reads, "My firstborn son, Justin, this is what he was really about. He's family. He was a loving, caring person. He would never hurt nobody. I promise to God, our family will get justice for Justin. We will not stop. This will be taken care of one way or another. If I have it my way, you heartless people will beg for your lives. But really, you have no lives. You just take. You can only hide for so long. Our family will be waiting. This time, you pieces of trash should have never touched him. Justin was walking away." What does that mean? It seems like there's kind of more to this. Maybe they know more. Maybe there's things they can't say. So we're going to be taking a look at the map. I wonder what this area is like, the demographics, the people, what kind of communities in the area. I was looking at some of the reviews for the hotel, and some of them weren't so great. One person was talking about about a month ago, they left a review saying they're concerned about the area and the car getting broken into. And just some other interesting things. Somebody said a couple months back, posted that this place, when they called, they were told that this place was a homeless shelter. And then another person posted that this hotel was shut down by the government for patients since June last year. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but just kind of weird. And so this is the hotel right here, the Days Inn. Let's take a little closer look. Well, before we do that, I was just wondering too, because looks like there's a highway right here. I just wonder if people have just checked the close proximity, like that area. And also in his car, was there any blood or anything like that? Were there any signs? I mean, the glass was broken, but you know, any signs or anything left behind? This parking lot here, I wonder if we can find out. We can try to get the angle where his car was. But this is kind of like a big overview. Just wonder if some of these little grassy areas, you know, where they searched. I mean, this looks kind of flat, but just like around. All right, let me pause it here. So hopefully I didn't confuse you guys. Sorry, whoever was confused. So I basically, from here on, I just go to take a look at what the hotel area looks like. I want to skip forward because apparently some of the friends put the girl on blast. Okay. Now, and like I was saying too, I have a playlist. So this is just the first video. Don't sleep on this story. This is a kind of a crazy situation. Especially now that I heard about the mother, I felt even like worse that she passed away. She didn't get to find justice or find out what happened. Both kids dead because the brother was dead too. But let me read you this, and I'm going to play the part with the girl. There's a weird drama situation with that. I don't know what's going on. Somebody had reached out to me like 2 days ago. I mean, this story, I did this August 2021, right? The first video. I'm still getting like information and contacts about this. And so somebody reached out to me that claims that they live with Justin. Supposed to talk to this person on the phone. I'll just read one portion. It says, I live with Justin. We had one such incident in which Justin had invited some girl over he met on Facebook. They started arguing in his room. So this is like a separate situation. They were soon arguing at the front door. I could see it was developing into something physical. So I stepped between them, offering to drive the girl home. She agreed, and I took her home in KCK. She threatened me the entire way. I looked her up, and when I got back, she had a history of crying wolf after her encounters with men. One conviction against some guy she was married to for domestic abuse, and then she cried wolf on several other guys and nothing. No convictions. So I think this was like a previous incident, but I'm supposed to be talking to this guy. You know, he says he has a lot of information. Why? Are they watching her or something? It's just weird. And the final thing before we get out and end this video, I was checking Justin's Facebook, and somebody posted a picture of this woman, allegedly saying this is the woman that Justin was last seen with. And apparently when I was reading the comments, it said that she deleted her Facebook profile after. Now, let me read the post. It says, this is the last known person to be with and see Justin. This is Diamond Wilson. On Saturday night, the day before Father's Day, she went over to Justin's and they left. Sunday morning, he called his family to come get him because she was acting weird. Around noon, nobody heard from him. It has been 6 weeks, and this was July 31st, it was posted, since he's been missing, and she has still not come forward with any information. We all know she's the reason he is gone. Police are looking for her, yet can't seem to find her. That's where the social media comes into play. If the cops won't find her, I'm sure social media will. The web sleuths. Enough is enough. So this was a preliminary story. This is what I call planting the seeds. This is what I call, or generally, fishing. And hopefully maybe something can come forward. We're just spreading his name, spreading his picture. Weird, bizarre. Comment down below. What do you guys think happened? So yeah, that's the Justin Siwek story. That's just the very beginning. Definitely in the description, check out the playlist. I have 4 videos. This was like a follow-up video. This was the interview with the aunt, which is pretty long, or conversation. Sometimes when I title something interview, then people hold you to some ridiculous standard. It's just a conversation. So I spoke with the aunt, and then I think this is actually a members video where I talked a little bit about some drama because supposedly somebody claiming to be the mother of this woman, Diamond Wilson, was inboxing me and like, I don't know if she wasn't necessarily like threatening, but just making all these crazy comments and replying to a bunch of people. It was kind of nutty. So here his mother passed away. Okay. December 29, 2021. I just want to say rest in peace to Samantha. Samantha, 49, of Overland Park, KS, passed away December 29, 2021. Samantha was a wife, mother, grandmother, aunt, and great aunt, all at the young age of 49. Her heart was bigger than life and was always there for you in your hour of need. She was extremely giving of herself and time. She loved to spend time with her family. Samantha also loved garage sales and was willing to try new things and be adventurous. She spent countless hours at her pool, entertaining her kids, their friends, her nieces and nephews, and in recent years, her grandson and great niece and nephews. The world here on earth has truly lost an angel, but now she has passed on to a new chapter to her eternal life beside her two sons that she so desperately missed, along with all of her other family members who have passed. So 2 sons. We're talking about Justin and we're talking about Codi. And I never did a video on Codi. There's so little information about Codi. I'm hoping that I can maybe speak to the aunt again. We can talk about Codi. She was preceded in death by their father, sons, which is Codi and Justin, and father-in-law Scott. Survivors include the husband. It's just a list of names. So rest in peace. Let me just see if I could pull up Codi real quick. Let me see if I could pull up the very brief little bit of information that's online. You can pull it up, pull you guys up here for a second. Appreciate you guys joining for the stream. Let me see if I can find this DM that Chives sent me. Chives. Okay. If that doesn't work, I'll do another thing. Here it is. Okay, I got it. So this, there we go. There's like 3 paragraphs. Let me show you this. So Codi died before Justin. A decomposed body discovered Saturday in the Missouri River of Shoal Creek axis in Clay County was identified as Codi M. Siwek, 20 years old, of Overland Park. The Missouri Highway Patrol said the body was recovered at 7:20 a.m. Saturday afternoon after being spotted by a fisherman. It was taken to the Jackson County Medical Examiner's office for an autopsy. The patrol's Drug and Crime Control Division is investigating. They said there was no indication that the man died of anything other than drowning, but it will be investigated. And I remember the aunt said something, I don't remember specifically, but they don't think it was just a drowning. So, and I have some interesting audio clips that I never released, but I want to talk to the aunt first to see if it's okay to do that. But yeah, I just wanted to reshare that story. Justin Siwek. Crazy. I think Mel had other pics of her. She didn't look like. Huh? Who we talking about? Oh, Diamond. That's the only pic I've really seen of her. I think. I don't even know if that's her real name. I think people said that is her real name when they were looking into it. Let me see. Is there anything else? I think that's it. I'm surprised we covered a lot in an hour and 30 minutes. Quite a bit of stories. You have a coworker named Diamond. He's a guy. A guy named Diamond? What? Yeah? Yeah? The 2 sons dead, another mother, but I don't know what the how she died. It could be natural causes. I didn't want to ask the aunt. I should ask, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be rude. But I'm gonna come up with some. I gotta work on the merch too. Yeah, I think this is on the site. My friend the other day, he was telling me I should do a mug just with this. I was like, you want a mug like that? He's like, yeah, man, I want it. I was like, it's kind of creepy. He's like, yeah, no, I want it. And this shirt is actually, I picked out the quality. I didn't like the previous merch that I had, so I picked a different company to do the shirt. I haven't worked on merch in a long time. I need to though. There was multiple shady people with that whole situation. You guys want to hear something real quick? Oh, I'll close it out. Maybe I'll wait. I'll wait for next time for another video, direct video. Can you do the Alexis Ware case? Alexis Ware. Is that? Sounds familiar. Alexis Ware. Oh. Wait, no. Oh, you know, somebody messaged me about that, actually. Alexis Ware. I might do that. There is a new story that I've been saying I'm going to work on. The person that connected me with the mother to this new story also sent me this Alexis Ware story. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to take a look at that. Yeah, that is one of the things I was told to check out. I'm trying to get this other video to go through, but it's being a pain. You can see a little snippet if you guys want to see the beginning of the video. No, you know what? I'm not going to do the snippet because you know what happens too is if I tell you guys what I'm going to do, the new story, people go and start looking it up and reading up on it. Even though the information I have is nowhere online right now, people still go look it up and then they don't want to watch the video. So no, wait till the video comes out. Wait till the video comes out. That's why sometimes I like to just surprise people. Sometimes I don't even tell people on Discord what I'm doing sometimes. Just surprise. Now you got to watch. Yeah, that's why. Yep. I felt pretty bad for this mother that I spoke to last night too, with this whole situation that happened to her daughter. It's another situation where somebody beat their kid and killed him, but this person got away free. Not guilty. True. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys have a safe day. Please hit like on the way out. Today's President's Day. Be safe. Oh, just a lot of insanity going on. And I appreciate all the support. What's the link for the merch? I think it's iCkEdMeL.com. Let me see. Oh, it's down. The website's not even working. What? I don't know what happened. I gotta fix it. Oh, damn. I gotta log into Shopify and fix that. People can't even buy merch. I'm gonna fix that. It's supposed to be iCkEdMeL.com. I'm gonna see if I can get it up and running today. Thank you for telling me that. I had no idea. Arizona, Alexia Salisbury shot in the head. Shot in her head while arguing with her girlfriend. Oh wow. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I need to update too. Oh, the Lena thing. Yeah, like I mean, I mentioned it already. They upped the reward. They're still searching for her. Her birthday just passed, as Jasmine mentioned. And I don't know, man. Something is shady with that whole thing too to me. The mother spoke out too. Like the mother spoke out, but there was like a translator or something like that. So add a Canada sticker. Oh no, I read that wrong. It's Family Day in Canada. Oh, okay. Well, you can add a sticker. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Take care. Be safe. Appreciate you. Have a great day.